forgot one important thing.
Oh, shoot.
All right, I'm going to take my pants off.
Oh, shoot. Liz, help.
Help. This is staying in the podcast, by the way.
There's it's crazy how many people you fit in here. There's like literally 20 plus
Bodies?
production people behind the camera.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, it took me forever to capture. I mean, ask this many people to come in.
People.
Yeah, to come down.
It's pretty impressive. I think they said they're all interns. You don't pay them at all.
Oh no, they're chained down here.
Oh no.
If you've ever heard of a podcast sweatshop, that's what this is.
That's what this is. Yeah, you got a lot of people behind the scenes.
Dude, it's always funny because like we were talking about yesterday, you know, from the audience perspective, this is pretty much all they see. You know,
I mean, dude, when I looked at it, I was like, this is definitely like you're in a studio. This isn't
like, this isn't a basement.
This isn't a basement at all.
And I'm like, well, I mean, they just look across half the room. It's like, oh, there's a bed, there's some boxes, and
yeah,
some
this is
shit.
a lived-in basement.
Yeah. There's also mold down here, so keep that in mind. So you're
there's
constantly
moles.
Yeah, there's no black mold.
Oh, black mold. Oh,
yeah. Why'd you emphasize the black part?
Yeah. I mean, is that the worst kind of mold?
Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up, isn't it? Or is it because it's black?
Well, it usually causes a little bit more economic crisis in your house.
A little musty down here, but we love it.
A little musty and musky.
Yeah, musky. Elon Musk's.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on another episode of the Leisure Hub podcast. I'm your host, Justin, and alongside me is Austin.
Hello.
We brought him back. Any plugs you want to drop?
No, not at all.
You don't even want to say hi to your wife?
Oh, hello, Lizzie.
Yeah. Well, you better be watching, Liz. Otherwise, you're not coming on this podcast.
Yeah. I was just telling her today. I was like, yeah, he's getting everybody. He's even gonna get you. She's like, I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about. I'm just like,
I feel like Liz has a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, she apps a lot, to be honest. Yeah.
Like, you get her talking about music. You get her talking about like Taylor Swift.
Oh my gosh.
You get her talking about CrossFit.
Yeah, CrossFit, lifting.
Yeah. She'll carry it all day long.
I got funny enough, she asked like, I asked her like it was her birthday the other day. I was like, what do you want for your birthday? She's like, just nothing much. I just want a plyometric or plyo box to jump on. I was like, okay.
If that's what you sure I can't just get you like another wooden box I could build myself?
She's like, no. It needs to be 30 inches. Do you know how like high 30 inches is? It's insane, bro.
Well, yeah, it's my waistline.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's literally your waistline. Yeah.
I mean, that's more of like circumference though.
Yeah.
Not actually.
But dude, it's intense. Yeah. But yeah, she is. She's very intense.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I'll tell you this, and I'll tell because I told Austin. Oh my God, you're sitting right there.
Hello.
I told Dimitri this. It's like he started like talking like 90 miles per hour. I was like, dude, slow down, man.
Yeah.
Take your time. Enjoy your time. We're not going anywhere. We're just having some good old time. And you know, the one thing that I've always kind of thought about between our names is that it's only one letter difference.
It's true.
Doesn't sound anything similar.
Yeah,
Justin and Austin.
The
Justin and Austin show.
I'm about to be a normal guest. I looked into the camera. They tell you not to do that, really.
Oh, well, I do it to like
when
I'm talking to the audience.
You need like a side camera.
Yeah, I mean, Christmas is coming up.
Oh shoot. Okay. Yeah.
Austin's gonna be new co-host permanently. So thank you for pitching in.
Of course. Wow. Hey. Hello. Yes. For the Justy podcast.
The Justy podcast, aka
the Short Kings podcast. I'm your first Short King, aren't I?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I mean, Dimitri, Adam have been short. She's shorter than me.
Yeah, but Short King though.
Yeah, I mean, women have to have their own.
And the other guy that you had on.
Tom.
Tom. Yeah.
But that was in a different setting.
Yeah, where was that?
That was at CEO's, like the CEO that I used to work for. He let me use the studio. He dropped like $100K on that area.
I know. I like looked at it. I was like, whoa, what is this? I thought this was just like someone's like house or something.
Yeah.
I was like, what on earth?
If I could use that room permanently, I would have done that. But I just felt bad constantly like badgering him to use the room.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, whatever. I'll just fix up this area, add some foam panels everywhere.
Yeah. I think it looks great.
And call it a day. Thank you. All that hard work finally paid off.
Absolutely. Wow. Here we are.
Yep. But it's not a myth.
It's not a myth. What's not a myth?
This isn't a myth.
Oh,
it's all fact. It's all truth.
This is big production, 100K studio.
100K studio.
Yeah.
You know what else is usually conceived as a myth?
What's that?
Based on a true story.
Oh, we're getting into it.
It's like, he has to sit up. So I will say this. I told Dimitri, I told Adam, I told Kylie, I told Tom, another buddy that I had on a virtual one, I told Derek.
Yeah.
The outlines that I send you,
Mhm.
there's 2 outlines.
Yep.
There's one I send myself, and there's one that you have.
Yeah.
So these outlines are different, just slightly different.
Okay.
Okay. And if you've watched the podcast before or seen like clips of the podcast, you know one of the things that I like to do, like to surprise guests, but I can't tell you now.
Oh, okay.
Only one of the things I can show you right now. So, intro question. Oh, you know what? I don't even have it pulled up, so we got to change this around a little bit.
We get in it in post. One of your interns can do this for us.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing it in post.
It's really sweet of them.
There we go. Okay. All right. Which true story do you think you could survive?
Oh.
Baby Reindeer, Mindhunters, Monster with Ed Gein, if you've watched it.
Okay.
Or Monster Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, gosh. I feel like, man, I feel like the Jeffrey Dahmer thing is like, because the big thing with that is like the setting is he's in like a very tight like apartment.
Yeah.
Right. So like,
Yeah.
I feel like I could get away, right? You just got to scream loud enough,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but how does he get you in the first place? Like, what is he? I mean, does he only go after women? Is that his thing?
No, his big thing is men,
Really?
little
Is he-
petite men like myself.
Oh, well, so then I definitely wouldn't fit in that.
No,
category.
you would definitely fit in. You would 100% be one of the guys that you would get taken from.
he's aiming right at you.
No, his big thing was he would pick up guys at bars.
Oh, so was he gay?
He was gay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. See,
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I haven't watched it. That was the only one I haven't watched.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, that was his big thing. He would pick up guys at bars, lure them into his like apartment,
Mhm.
and then that's when he would like do his I guess he would drug them. I guess that was like the thing. So
Yeah, probably like a hot Cosby.
yes.
That was a hot Cosby before Cosby even did it.
Yeah. He was in that was like what, the 80s, I think? 80s, 90s? Nah, maybe it was the 90s. I think they were probably doing it at the same time, bro. They're probably there's
They're like, wait, are these 2 guys friends?
I think I will say, I mean, maybe Bill Cosby's a little bit better because he wasn't murdering people, to my knowledge.
That is true. That is true.
Still terrible.
It's like, my lord.
It's like,
Well, and then keeping people in his freezer. That was.
you want to hear a funny random story about Bill Cosby?
Yeah. You met him?
No, but my grandma met him.
Really?
Yeah.
Your yeah.
Yeah, my
cool.
yeah. So
Well, kind
this
of
was in the best setting possible amongst
Yeah.
a bunch of people and everything like that. She sat next to him in an airplane going to New York.
Really?
Yeah, and she was literally like, wait, is that Bill Cosby? And then he was like, she apparently said that he was just a really sweet guy, really
Yeah.
goofy, and just like, I think this is right around when he was doing his like whatever the Cosby
the
Show.
Cosby Show.
Yeah. So he was just like kind of like America's dad still.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah, it's super random, but yeah. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. And then all the things came out. I was like, oh no,
You got lucky.
yeah. In
Well,
his grasps.
Well, luckily she didn't. Did your Yam drink?
No.
Yeah,
No,
well,
she definitely didn't.
There
No.
you go. That was her
Yeah,
saving
she was
grace.
safe. Yeah.
Hey, do you
Aw.
want a drink? No, I don't drink.
I'm actually okay. Honestly,
Yeah.
she probably would have had a drink though.
I mean,
Because I mean, like if like a celebrity's next to you, you'd probably be like, oh yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
yeah, if they're asking you if you want to get a drink, you're not gonna be a square. You're gonna be like, I mean,
You're like, yeah, I'll do that. That's
Yeah,
fine. Yeah.
well, you're not. Bill Cosby's not my hero, but you'd be like, well, I've never met anyone famous, and I've never had a
But
drink
here's
with
the
them
thing,
either.
like back then, he was America's dad. He was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
if he just came up, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's awesome. And like that was a big thing too. And like in the PA area, he's from Philly.
Yeah,
He like was a big thing in like the Penn relays, like for track and field.
really.
Yeah, so he would always go to the Penn relays every year, which is kind of crazy to think about because there's a lot of kids there.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was like, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, he was only doing stuff to women, right? Or was it?
I don't know. Yeah, but hey, allegedly.
Well, this one's getting demonetized.
Yeah.
This is getting
we can edit out
demonetized.
this in post.
This is cut.
Oh my gosh.
But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I could definitely get out of the grasp of Jeffrey Dahmer. Although he was a big guy though.
How tall was he? Like 6
He's
foot?
like 6 foot. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean,
I'm 5'6".
yeah,
so,
but he
like,
wasn't
there's no
like
way.
super strong. But if you're drugged, there's no way. that
Yeah,
you're-
that's the thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
you're too. Baby Reindeer. That did you watch that one?
No, I don't think I know that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was the one with the it took place in the UK,
Okay.
and the main guy or the girl that was following him, like he he used to be a bartender,
Okay.
and I'm just telling a story based off the show. So if you have not watched it, spoiler alert, boop, right there.
Yep.
Spoiler
alert.
Go give a little pop for the audience. Hey, oh wow, you can do pops too.
That's pretty good.
Everyone liked the pops. But so he was a bartender in the in UK, and this girl comes in and she's like down on her luck or whatever, and you know he compliments her and they're having a good time, like shooting the shit, whatever, and she like really grows attached to him, and then it gets to a point where she starts like exhibiting weird behaviors, and then he's like, okay, like you have to stop coming here, and so like he has an altercation with her, he ends up losing his job there, and she ends up being like a stalker where she constantly like finds him, but like I mean cutthroat stalker, like sending like hacks into his like his emails, sending like emails to a whole bunch of people, trying to ruin his life.
Just really passionate, honestly.
Yeah, she just really cares about it.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like a love at first sight kind of vibe.
Well, the girl went on like the Oprah Winfrey show or something like that, and she was like, yeah, none of that stuff happened, and they're like, what are you talking? We literally have all the receipts that you sent him.
Like, just gaslighting Oprah.
Yeah. It's like, what are you talking about?
What are we even talking about? I wasn't even there.
It's like, dude, that's not even me.
Yeah.
This
is clearly you.
Yeah. This is a doppelganger. Can't you tell?
Yeah. My hair doesn't even look like that. Your hair looks like that right now.
I've never met somebody who's ever denied like evidence, like blatantly.
I mean, honestly,
evidence.
It's kind of like, I think if you're like confident enough, they probably get away with a lot of like stuff like that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, on live TV, well, it's not live, but like, you know, it's like there's no shot you're getting away with any of that.
That's kind of her only play though.
Yeah.
If you think of it as like, what? I don't even like that stuff.
Well, then she ended up admitting it like afterwards. So it's like,
she gave up. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, no one to fold the cards.
Yeah, fair enough.
No one to hold him.
No one to fold him.
Go ahead, keep going.
Know when to walk away.
Go ahead.
Know when to run.
All right, now this is definitely demonetized because of your singing.
That was pretty good.
Do you think the truth often makes like the story more compelling? Like,
I think for some people it does, but like I don't know. I think like it depends on the story itself, right?
Yeah.
Like. Because I'm a big like fan of like Black Mirror.
Yeah, right.
And obviously none of those is like true stories.
Right.
Some of them I guess like loosely based on like true stories, but I'm never like one to be like when you see the like credits roll, it's like this was a true story. I'm like
based on a true story.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I think like it maybe adds some originality to it, I guess, in somewhat of a sense, but I think a good story is a good story. I think
true.
Yeah, in that sense.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think like there are moments where like the truth kind of helps lean you in a little bit. Like,
right.
I mean, Jeffrey Dahmer or Ed Gein, if you know about him, like you hear that stuff and you see it, you're like, okay, like give me more, tell me more.
Right.
Because you're like, there's no way that people even do that. Because people, I mean, you interact with people all day.
Right.
Like we talk to our friends or whatever. You never really know somebody until you know somebody. So it's like, I mean, I could have bodies down here.
I said the same thing to someone. I'm like, yeah, imagine how many people you talk to in your life. I'm like, what is the percentage of that you talk to a serial killer?
Yeah.
I'm like, you had to have talked to at least one, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I mean, at least one, but like, I feel like there's more people that are on the cusp.
Oh, okay. Like they haven't done it yet. But
yeah, they haven't
like,
done
they
it.
got it in the
they got that dog
in the chamber.
in
Dude, that is kind of crazy to think about too. We're like, yeah, they definitely, then 1000%.
Yeah, that's why you got to be super careful on who you like mess around with.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, you know, anybody could be.
They're just waiting for the opportunity. They're like, I don't know. Should I do it? Should I not do it? They're like, all right, I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
Oh, this guy, I'm having a really bad day.
Yeah.
I'm taking this guy out or taking this girl out, whatever. And like, I don't know if you've noticed, but with a lot of those like based on true stories, have you watched Mindhunters?
No. Yeah.
So
actually, a little bit. Yeah.
So that one is also quote unquote based on a true story.
Right. Yeah.
But that one's like they weren't really studying serial killers. They were just trying to find the killer in general.
Correct.
Before
and with that one, remind me because that was they were finding it, but these were like actual serial killers from like the real world, right? Like, so there's that one dude, the really big dude with the mustache, right?
Ed Kemper.
Yeah, Ed Kemper. Yeah, and he was like killed his mom or something like that. Yeah.
But when they talked to him, he was super intellectual.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So,
I mean, a lot of them are just like, yeah, it's just like a very interesting like kind of persona that they have, right?
Yeah.
Like that just I think they say a lot of people that like exhibit that have some mild form of like brain trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of them ended up having some trauma from like their mothers. Like that was the one thing that they all had in common between like a lot of their events
Right.
like, growing up.
Yeah,
But then they would also target mainly women.
Yeah.
Which was like a huge thing, which is why I was surprised to hear that Jeffrey Dahmer wasn't capturing women,
Yeah.
because that's usually like
Right. Yeah.
the theme.
Well, it's funny too if you like want to talk about themes too, and not to
Yeah.
always like get down the rabbit hole of serial killers,
Yeah.
but yeah, a lot of it is predominantly men. Like you
Yeah.
don't have very many women serial killers. There
Yeah.
are some, but not very many.
Yeah, and it really goes to show mental health.
Oh, yeah.
Think about that. Right?
November.
Yeah. Is that November?
Maybe it's men's health.
I don't know. Clearly, we're not concerned
Yeah,
about men.
apparently not. We have mustaches though.
Yeah,
So
we just drink our pain away and then call it a day.
we should definitely do that.
I mean, it feels so much better. Do not do that. Not
Yeah.
advocating drinking your
course.
life away. Obviously not.
Men's health.
But in a twisted way, I think I kind of like, not just me. I feel like people connect to these. Like you're watching a lot of these shows, and you kind of connect to people to them a little bit more, because you see the trauma, right, that they have, and then you also kind of like you sympathize for them.
Right.
You're like,
Yeah.
wow, like they kind of had a hard, shitty life, and I mean, like I feel like I've heard this statement or quote before, and it's like anybody's a killer. All you have to do is push them to the limit. Which like, at what point do you get to where you're like, all right, I'm taking this guy out? Like, I feel like it's everybody has a certain threshold where they can get to.
Definitely.
And like anybody can, you never really know what anybody's capable of until you like. It's like all it takes is like one bad day, one wrong word for somebody to like go off the deep end.
Yeah. I think there is like, that threshold where I think a lot of people have obviously a higher threshold for it. And then others are, they are freaking holding on like by a tiny little thread.
Yeah. That's why, like, I don't know. I always say, like, be as nice to people as you possibly can. That way, like, if anything comes out, it's like, oh, well, you were there for me. You were my friend.
I mean, like, sometimes, too, it's just, like, as I get older, sometimes I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should just, like, go be a homebody and be, like, safer at home. You know what I mean? You never know, man. You could just be, like, a bystander in some of these scenarios, right?
That is true. Well, especially with how wild things have gone today. Like, nowadays, like, you going out has been the most unsafe that it's ever been in a long time.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's funny, too, because I was watching a video about how technology nowadays, like, are we, like, kind of, is the age of, like, the serial killer kind of coming to an end or less of it because of all the technology?
That's an interesting take.
With like CCTVs and like all these like, GPS tracking things. Like I think it's very interesting because it was funny. I think there was a not a serial killer, but like a mob boss that said like, oh yeah, I could do this or that. And I'm just like, dude, you have no idea like what is out there. Like there's a camera in every single corner. There's a camera.
People's doorbells. Like, I mean, come
absolutely.
on.
Yeah. So I think like that's what, like, when you're getting into like kind of that grand scheme of like, how technology is evolving, it's like, it's making kind of the world a little bit of a safer place, a little bit Big Brother, but hey, whatever.
A little bit of Big Brother.
Yeah.
All of my data is completely exposed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's gone. They, Daddy Google and Mr. Biden and Trumpy all have.
They have all your data.
All of my data. So they know exactly what I'm talking about right at this very moment. And so I'm safe.
You are safe.
I'm good on it.
Yeah, as long as you're not killing people.
No, that's an interesting take though, because it's funny because I was talking to shout out to Derek, aka Avatar Slang. It's another buddy that I did a podcast with. He has his own podcast.
Shout out Derek.
Hey Derek. But he was like, I was talking to him about something similar about how it's like safer now, and I was like, yeah, I feel like back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, people had their doors just wide open, their garage doors open. And it was like people would do that and feel completely safe. But today, I mean, you go around the neighborhood, you don't see many doors open.
Nope.
Or garages. But then he was like, most crime was actually happening during then. Like break-ins and stuff like that was happening during 70s and 80s.
Oh, 1000%. Yeah. That was my mom grew up in Queens in like the 70s and 80s. And there was a prolific serial killer called the Son of Sam.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know like who that guy is,
I don't.
but he was I think in like Queens, I'm pretty sure, but he very specifically targeted blonde girls.
Okay.
Like women, basically. And of course, if you know my mom, she has blonde hair.
pop
Yep.
a picture of her. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. I'm not gonna it's like,
Just-
why is my
just
mom?
like just like an AP images,
Yeah.
random default
Yeah.
blonde woman.
Yeah.
Um,
But AI generated right
but
there.
that was like a big thing. Like he was targeting women like walking home from like, school and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, it was very different time, right?
Yeah.
Like especially, and he got away with it for like a long time. I think it wasn't until I forget how he got caught, but yeah, it's just, could he have done that nowadays? I don't really think he could have, not
Yeah.
for as long as he did.
No, I feel like kind of like you said also, I think like there's the chances of you getting away with doing anything illegal nowadays is just, if they want to find you, they're going to find you.
Yeah.
Like there's no shot. I mean, like if you're a small timer and you're like occasionally pirating stuff, like you're streaming. I don't mean
Yeah.
downloading content. If you're like occasionally streaming illegal stuff,
You're just a drop in the bucket.
yeah, they're like, okay, you're not really worth our time, but
Right.
like you get to a point where you're taking millions of dollars away,
Yeah.
then and you're selling to other people, then
Yeah,
now
they're gonna
you're
get you.
now you're a problem.
Yeah.
The truth, kind of like what we were talking about, is something that makes you lean in to like a lot of these based on a true story shows, right?
Yeah.
But how true do you think a lot of these are? I mean, like
yeah.
the truth, quote unquote, is in the details, but like I feel like a lot of people who are watching any of these shows, Mindhunters, Baby Reindeer, Monster, whatever, I feel like the majority of us are not like going to Google and searching up the full history of said serial killer or whoever.
I think even like docuseries are probably like kind of like
you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think a lot of it's just, it's like, where are you getting a lot of this information from, right? Are you getting it from, and especially the big thing is, we have like, there's so many serial killers out there that'll be like, I killed 80 people, and just like, okay, where are the bodies? And just like,
well, you're gonna have to go find them.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I always think that they take it with kind of a grain of salt, but that makes for good TV, that makes for good movies, right?
That is true. I mean, but I feel like there's like a certain point where you can't really start exaggerating anymore, right? Like, I feel like people are just gonna call on your bullshit. They're not gonna, like, you can only say so much about a person, what they did versus what they didn't do, and then you're gonna be like, well, people are gonna be like, oh, well, like that wasn't even true. But do you think people are even, do you think our generation specifically even cares about that?
I don't think so.
Or is it just the entertainment factor?
I think it's entertainment, man. I think people like they just like consume it, and then they're just like, wow, that was crazy, and then they don't think about it again.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, what kind of viewer are you? Do you actively sit there and evaluate or think about like the thing that you're watching?
I do.
Or do you sit there and just kind of like, I just watched the show, didn't think at all, and I just enjoyed it?
I do. I'm a deep thinker.
Yeah,
I think Lizzie is not as much. I think she just like kind of is just like, she's like the casual like millennial Gen Z kind of like viewer where she's like on her phone.
Yeah.
Did you hear? Wait, this is like unrelated. Did you hear like what they're doing in regards for like they call it millennial TV?
No.
Where so apparently they're writing TV shows that explain everything, like what's the word? They like over explain the dialogue for the show. So for instance, if there's like a Netflix series about, I don't know, some drama, right? Like a thriller or whatever like that. They instead of being like it's you and me, I'm the killer, you're the victim or whatever.
Sure.
Instead of me being like, I pull up a gun or whatever and have less dialogue and being like, bang or whatever.
Yeah.
They're literally, they over explain what's going on because they're anticipating you as the viewer are looking on your phone and be like, hey, Justin, I have a gun that I'm pointing at you. I'm going to shoot you. Like, so you know what the plot is while you're not looking at the TV.
I hate
Dude,
that.
it's so funny. You have to like look it up. It's really, really funny.
I hate that because that's really bad in general. That's really bad.
It's terrible.
It's really bad writing.
But yeah, it's just like over explaining the dialogue and like what's going on because they're anticipating people are just like half paying attention to it. They're cooking dinner, they're on their phone, they're on their laptop, they're playing Candy Crush.
See, I never really got that. At least if it's something that I'm actually trying to pay attention, like you know, like any of these shows, right? Like I'm genuinely sitting there to pay attention to the thing. There was somebody I interacted with, and they were 24, like 2 weekends ago, and like I had never heard that. Never heard someone say that they don't like movies or TV shows or whatever. They don't really watch movies. And I'm like, like it's like the same caliber of said as somebody saying, yeah, I don't listen to music.
I was just gonna say that.
It's like,
yeah,
it's
like
so
how
bizarre.
do you not do that?
It's like
yeah.
music is everywhere. Like I don't
Yeah.
understand how you don't do that. But she was saying, she's like, yeah, I don't really like watching movies. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Then what do you watch? Like, I mean, TV, I guess, but but like her friends were saying like, oh yeah, like we'll be watching a movie and she's just on her phone like the entire time. I'm like, I don't know. I guess maybe because that's more my thing, but like the way we consume media is drastically changing, especially with like long format content.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to imagine anyone not paying attention. Like to me, that doesn't make any sense. Like it's a world that I don't live in.
I mean, it's dude, it's like we live in a world that's overstimulation. Right?
True.
Like, have you ever like if you're scrolling on TikTok, Instagram Reels, you have like the half TV show, half like above
dude,
it's like Temple Run or whatever that stupid game is.
I hate it. It's so distracting. Dude, get it out of my face.
Someone's
can't focus.
cutting up soap, and you're like, what is going on?
Wow, it's half pleasing. Wow, the attention span and like,
it's so bad,
dude. It's horrible. I mean, like I've been trying to practice. Getting a little off topic, but that's fine. I don't really care. But like, there's a thing I saw somebody doing. They're like, for every hour, like 1 hour a day, I'm trying to like build on my attention span. So they don't do anything. They don't use their phone. They don't like do an activity. They just kind of sit there.
Yeah.
And it helps retrain your brain to maintain like your attention to detail, which like I feel like you kind of need to like have some version of that, because if you don't have that, it's not only going to affect like your relationships with like friends and family, like dating wise, but it's also going to mess with like your ability to do your job. Like, you'll constantly just like, oh, well, I'm not being stimulated by this job right now, so I'm going to be doing X, Y, and Z while I'm doing my job. I
do the same thing.
Yeah.
So my big vice is Liz always calls me an iPad kid. Dude, every single time without skipping a beat, if I like go to eat something, I pull my phone up and I'm like, I have to find a good video to like watch, and then while I'm eating.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just like a thing that's just. And I guess I did it for like years. I think it was like growing up, like we had a TV in the kitchen. Right?
Yeah.
So like we'd have Simpsons on while I'm like eating dinner with like my family.
Yeah. I mean, see, like I do the same exact thing, but I think what's really changed about that is like now you can kind of have a screen anywhere. Like, iPad, phone or whatever.
You have it anywhere. Put it on the wall with a projector.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. We have an 85-inch projector. But it's like, I do the same exact thing. Like if I'm gonna eat breakfast or if I'm eating a meal, I'm gonna find a video. I'm gonna slap it on.
Yeah.
But I also will like if I'm doing work and it's mind numbing work, I can just throw a video on and then do the work and also.
It's funny. I do the same thing when I'm playing video games. Like I'll literally like have my like laptop up and I'm like I have like a TV show on and then I'm like playing whatever. It's normally when I'm playing like FIFA or something like that, or like a game that I'm like kind of just mindlessly playing. You don't
have to super pay attention.
Correct. Yeah. But it is interesting. I to kind of combat that, kind of what you were saying is I'll go on walks by myself. I have still have my phone in my pocket because I'm not like an insane person that like goes out without their phone in case of an emergency. But but I like don't have headphones. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, dude. I had like a coworker that said the same thing. Yeah, sometimes I just leave my phone like at home. I'm like, that's insane to me.
Yeah,
like I could never do that. I would literally turn around. I'd be like, oh yeah, I forgot my phone at home. I'd be like, nope, I have to turn around.
I have to go back.
Yeah.
There are times where I've forgotten my phone. And like your heart kind of drops a little bit.
Yeah.
You're like, where's my phone? It's almost like a separation anxiety, which is kind of weird.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I still think though, like it's all about like how you consume or use that thing, if that makes sense. Like moderation is always going to be key with it. And I think like a lot of people get scared and then they course correct at least in that sense, where they're like, well, I'm gonna have like you saw like Eric with his
I was just gonna say
like his light phone, which I think is kind of an interesting concept, but I think it's just like I mean, you could just like not use your phone as much, right? Like,
but I guess it really depends on the person if they don't really have the discipline to
that is
do
true.
it. And for some people it's harder than others to actually like maintain that and not do it.
That is true.
And screen time only helps out so much, especially when you can easily bypass it.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're all like willpower adults that we can do whatever you want.
I'm a grown adult. I'll just do this. How accurate do you think these based on a true story series should be? Like, do you think they should be true, dedicated, factual? Do you think they should be like how they are? Or
I think it makes for better TV and movies to make it as dramatic as possible. Like
Yeah.
I think like it depends on how you're like displaying it, right? If
Right.
it's like a very cutthroat docuseries,
Yeah.
like documents every single thing, like for instance, like the Gabby Petito. Have you ever seen that? Like
no, I haven't seen that one.
so this is a story that was these two kids. I believe they're from Florida. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Florida, or maybe originally from Jersey. Anyway,
Yeah.
two young kids, like really good looking girl, good looking guy. Made a van, did like a van life. They're also big YouTubers.
Oh, was it that couple?
Yeah, they were a couple.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, that was
and
a
then
really
they,
sad story.
Yeah, they go out
actually.
to like Utah, and then
Yeah.
So, but like I feel like that docuseries was very accurate. I think they did
Yeah.
a really good job, and that was like Liz and I were like watching that, like being like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe. And it was funny because I was aware of the story while it was going on, so
Right,
then
right.
like you get like the follow up of what happens, and then it was a very gripping story. But that was like not dramatic by any means. It was
Right.
like a very factual thing like that.
Yeah.
But I think if you're doing a show like the Ed Gein and like a lot of the Mindhunter or whatever it's called, I'd rather it be as dramatic as possible. I want it to be like with the Jeffrey Dahmer show. Like I'm sure a lot of this stuff probably didn't super happen, and I think like Evan Peters, like who played Jeffrey Dahmer, just did. He probably played a better Jeffrey Dahmer than Jeffrey Dahmer.
I mean, he's an actor, so
right. Like,
yeah.
So I think like that makes for better TV, and I think it grips a lot of people into those stories that may not have as much of an attention span, like we were mentioning.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, especially with like TikTok and Instagram being a thing, like you have to really keep their attention, otherwise you're just gonna lose them.
Dude,
like,
I had, not to cut you off there.
No,
I forget what like. There was like one like years ago that was on Netflix. I forget what it was. Like Making of a Murder, if you remember that one.
Making of a Murder? No.
It was like
No.
these two guys, one kid that was like, I guess had a learning disability, and they like murdered, like the uncle like murdered a random like lady or something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty good like story, everything like that, but it was very like factual. And
Right.
brother, let me tell you, that put me to sleep like
Faster
no
than NyQuil.
melatonin would ever have done. Like just the monotone like court, like you know, like just like talking. I mean, if you ever needed something to fall asleep to, bro, put that on, you'll fall asleep right away.
I say no to NyQuil.
Yep.
Yes to this documentary.
Making a Murderer, specifically when they're in the courtroom and like you have the most monotone lawyers talking, bro, it put me absolutely to sleep.
Yeah. See, so like the couple that you were referring to, like that, I think. So I think there's a balance. I think it really depends on the type of story that you're telling, right?
Yeah.
Or the type of event that happened. I think if you have an instance where there's like a couple like this and it's like an unbelievable story, I think you can be as accurate and truthful as possible because it's a gripping enough story that you don't really have to like change anything to make it interesting. And I think it also really depends on what they show and what the evidence that they have, like show any pictures or any videos that they have and stuff like that, which I'm pretty sure that one has.
In this one, it was very well documented because they were YouTubers, right?
Yeah.
So, and I remember what's crazy too is I'm a huge body cam. That's like my guilty pleasure. Like YouTube.
Where's your body cam?
Yeah, just let me put this on. I told John, my like someone asked me what would be something that what would be like your dream job?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I want to start a body cam like YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Because it is my absolute guilty pleasure. Anyway, regardless, getting off topic, but one of the body cam footage that we ran into was the Gabby Petito.
Really?
So I saw that before, everything like even happened. So there was a specific video where there was a domestic dispute with them. She was crying.
This was when they were on the side of the road, right?
Correct. Yep. So I remember seeing that on YouTube, and that was like a big kind of like scene because normally in like a domestic violence like kind of like interaction, they normally some like states have a mandatory arrest.
Right.
Like so. What they did horribly wrong is they just kind of sent them on their way.
Right.
Most of the time they either have hey, you got to go spend the night at a hotel.
Yeah.
Go to like a friend's house, like separate the two. Yeah. And they didn't do that. And that was like a big part of that scene that like, well, if you would have just kind of done that, like, and I can't imagine how like
how different,
how
things.
terrible that like cop probably feels like that he
Yeah.
didn't do it. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good training kind of like, thing of being like, hey, this is the reason why we have these mandatory things, right?
Yeah.
So
How do you, dude? I like because I haven't fully watched that docuseries, but I've seen clips of it, and like I was talking to somebody else about it, and I was like, yeah, I want to watch it. I saw it I saw like the trailer, and I saw some clips in it, and they're like, it's a really sad story. So
it is very sad.
Don't just watch it by yourself.
Yeah, dude. I watched it with Liz, and it was just like, I don't know. It kind of feels weird watching it with a significant other. Yeah, I was just like, I looked at her, I was like, I would never.
Hey, listen, women rights. I support feminism.
I mean, I couldn't even do it either because Liz is so strong. She'd beat the shit out of me.
Just deadlifts you, throws you across.
No way. But yeah, I think like that's it's I'll say like a lot of like the big thing that came from that story is that it sucks that as sad as it is, like that stuff happens all the time.
Yeah, and some people just they don't even get
they don't get the notoriety, and that's what sucks. And I think a lot of like people said, yes, this is important, but it sucks that this is in the news because it's a pretty white couple, which is like, it sucks. Like these are like, but I mean, not that it's not as important, but there's so many stories out there that don't get told, and lost people, and
because it kind of goes back to like what's gonna sell the best, what's gonna be the most entertaining, and they happen to be two YouTubers, which is an interesting story alone. Like there are two vloggers that had a compelling story to tell, and it's like, I mean, and everybody likes the human nature loves seeing train wrecks. Yeah, they love seeing it. I mean, I don't know how often you see like if you're ever driving down the highway and there's an accident or completely on the other side of the road, watch other people. They'll slow down just to make sure that they can actually see what's going on the other side. It's like, dude, just keep driving. Like all you need to do is just because like you're slowing down the traffic here to pay attention to what's going on over there.
They love, and it's so funny. I like get sucked into it too. People love drama that doesn't involve them. Yeah, like
spill
they
the tea,
think
baby.
Dude, they think it's so. I mean, that's probably one of the reasons why I love body cam footage so much. Liz is just like, why are you watching this video? This guy crashing out at an airport. I'm like, it's just so interesting to me because I'm like, you live like such a normal. Like it's something that I would never do. Yeah. But God, if I was like in that, like if that's like my nightmare and like flying, like with anxiety, like going in it, as I just pray, I'm like, please just have me sit next to a normal person. Oh my gosh, dude. When we were coming back from our honeymoon, there was this lady screaming in her phone in the airport, like cursing, doing all this thing. And I was like, oh God, I hope this lady's not on our flight. Sure enough, she was on our flight. I was like, I looked at Liz, I was like, please God. And then she was literally like walking, because there's 3 to a row, right? So it's me, Liz, and then a random person. So I'm like, dude, if this lady is next to us, I swear to God. But then she like kept going, kind of slowed down where we were sitting. I was like, oh, please no. And then she kept going. I was like, oh, thank God.
I bet it happened in slow motion. You ever see those scenes where it's like, you're like, the harp, you can hear like everything kind of fades out in the background sound wise. Yeah. And like, it's just slow motion.
Dude,
you lock eye contact.
Thank God that like out of all the connecting flights, the people that were next to us were so nice and quiet and just chill.
Yeah, with an airplane, you are mixed. It's a mixed bag.
Dude,
like,
you can get anybody. Yeah, you can get a serial killer.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God,
you can get Bill Cosby. That's a good. That was good.
Hey, nice little way to bring it back.
Hey,
all right, get this man off. Get this man out of here.
He's too good. He's too good.
He's been on a podcast before. He's cheating.
Yeah, fair enough.
But like with documentaries and compelling stories, like I think kind of what we were just talking about is like it really depends on the type of media or type of story that you're trying to tell. So some documentaries are easy to keep people in versus others, like the one that you said you took. I mean, you could basically take NyQuil. And that's the equivalent of that show. Yeah. But have you ever watched Worst Roommates Ever?
No, I don't think so. No.
Dude, if you want to talk about like keeping yourself up at night, watch this shit. It's insane. So like essentially all of these stories are about people who were roommates with random people.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is a lot of like the earlier 2000s. Some of these are early 2000s where like people are on Craigslist or eBay looking for roommates to help split the cost for a house or whatever. Yeah. I mean, I could tell you like pretty much everyone, but every single episode, because I've watched like I think there's 3 seasons. Okay. So definitely, if you're interested in that, Worst Roommates Ever, go home and watch that.
That could.
Just 6 different
This is a
videos.
bunch of them.
It's like, oh my god. But there was one of a I'll talk about this old lady, or she's like the innocent old lady. So it's like, I think it's the first season.
I feel like she's not so innocent.
Oh, she's not.
Oh, I knew it.
But basically she was portraying to be an older lady, but she would lure in like homeless people or people that still had who were collecting Social Security, and she would house them. But in that time, she would slowly poison them and kill them.
No way. And then get like the checks.
Yep, and she would
Dude,
get
that's
all
freaking
those
crazy.
like those checks.
That happens a lot.
Really?
Yeah. It like, well, I wouldn't say
Why
like
do you know all this stuff?
Dude, I'm
you
like,
need to get this man out of my house.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it's not so much luring, but like family members, like where they have an elderly family member.
Yeah.
They passed away, and then they don't say that they passed away, so they just collect their Social Security checks and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, it's really freaking sad.
Yeah, it's really sad.
It really like grandma's just in the garage like for months.
It's like, why is she just in there? But this lady, she was portraying to be a sweet old lady, and like most people that knew her, they were like, yeah, she's so sweet, and like they interviewed her, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like super coy. Long story short, they ended up finding like 8 bodies in her backyard.
Cool.
But she had different crimes. She came from like a really poor upbringing, stuff like that. She had like a brother at one point. I think her brother passed away, so it was just her. So she like was trying to make money any way she knew how. Yeah. And that was a way. Like, and like if you see some of her mugshots, pop one there. Like, oh god. Oh. Like she genuinely looks creepy.
Like scary.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's another one. This one's like an actual old lady. She was working at like a grocery store. She couldn't really afford the house that she was living in, so she like put listings on Craigslist or eBay for people to stay in. And she had like one guy come in, a roommate, and then she had another one come in for a roommate. This guy ended up being one guy ended up being a psychopath. And I'm spoiling the whole thing. Yeah. I guess I won't tell you the middle because it's a gripping story. Yeah. He ends up like going off on her. She was genius enough to record like the audio. Yeah. And like that sentenced him. But like he ended up drowning her in her pool in the backyard.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Which is nuts.
There's man. It's so crazy because so like I've had if you ever like go to college, right? Like you get like
I've
assigned.
Never been to college.
Oh, well, you can get assigned like random like roommates and stuff.
Yeah.
So Ben and I had one roommate, super like okay guy. Like we didn't know much about him. Yeah. Would always just like go right up to his room. He was like in computer science guy, so he's just always on his computer, stuff like that. Right. And it's funny. So years later, I don't know how much I can say about this, but. What? Yeah, I'll say it. Whatever. Who cares?
Why?
I'm not going to say his name.
because you're a room. Yeah. I mean, if you want, I can bleep his name out or whatever.
Well, I'm not going to say his name, but he was a computer science major. He sent me a text like years later, and he's like, "Hey man, how's things been?
Sure.
Been I just want to like reach out to let you know that I applied for the NSA." Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. He's like, yeah, so you might get like reached out by like a person like to conduct an interview. And I was like, okay, well, like he's like, they might reach out, they might not. I got called from the NSA agent. Yeah. And he was like, hey, I'm just conducting an interview for your previous roommate. Yeah. Do you mind if we like meet up? And I was like, okay. So I met up with this random dude outside of a Starbucks, and I remember him very specifically asking these questions. I won't say all the questions, but one question that I just remember very vividly was, yeah, do you feel like he would plot to overthrow the United States government? And I'm just like...
That's the most strange question. But you have to ask that question.
But it's so funny because like a lot of them were just like, yeah, like, do you like, how was he like? And
good grades?
Yeah, every single time I was just like, I mean, like... As honest as I could be, I was just like, yeah, I don't really know much about him. I don't know. Yeah. So, but I was just like, and even with that question, I was like, couldn't tell you. I don't know if he got it or not.
Yeah.
But
it's like, I'm not getting thrown in jail because I said the wrong thing.
It's crazy. But I just like remember that, like, and I think that was like towards the end of the interview, which is super funny. And I was like, okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess I feel like you can't start off an interview with that strong of a question.
But I'm sure that they probably asked that because there's so many like the Snowdens and stuff like that. He was in the NSA, right?
Yeah.
So
that's wild.
So that was just like a random interaction that
I don't think you ever told me that.
Yeah. Ben got interviewed the same thing, and really? I was like, what did you say? He's like, I said the same thing. He's like, I didn't really know him. I think I literally like walked with him to class like one time, like ever.
Yeah, but you were roommates with him or no?
Yeah, we were roommates. Yeah.
See, I feel like that's so like crazy. Like sometimes when you're a roommate, you don't really like you live with them, but you don't really know them at all.
I didn't. He was just always in his room.
Yeah.
So like that was like he could have been a Jeffrey Dahmer if we wanted to. He definitely wasn't.
Honestly,
he's a really nice guy. So
yeah. Well, even the nicest people.
That is true. And that's what was funny is like when I asked, like I didn't even like say like nah, he wouldn't do that. I literally my answer was I don't know him enough to tell you answer. Like
Well, since you watched Jeffrey Dahmer, what were there some moments in that where you're like, how would anyone know like that particular event even happened? Or is there anything like that?
So there was. It makes more sense in the sense of there were his victims that got away.
Right.
So that's like a big kind of aspect of it. There was, I think there was 2 victims specifically. Actually, I think it was just one victim that got away.
Yeah.
He was like a younger black dude. I hate to say it, a lot of them were black, which is kind of fucked up.
I have seen that in the trailers. Yeah. It's
So,
like, oh well.
But that's like, I mean, it's a good kind of like, I guess there's a reason for it, right? Because like being black in
like
in
70s,
a gay community
80s,
in like the 80s, 90s, like
it's pretty rare.
like it's rare. You're obviously, especially with like the police, you know what I mean? Like they don't. I mean, I'll say like at least back then they probably didn't give too much crap about that, you know?
Yeah.
So I think like seeing that, like that's it is very believable that like a lot of the stuff that they found in his apartment is what they found. But what's crazy, the craziest thing about it is that he lives in a very like
a motel.
Yeah, like a motel, like like an apartment. I'm just like, how on earth like do people not? And people were like complaining about smells and stuff like that because he was keeping them in like their refrigerator and stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like if you had them, the refrigerator is supposed to like help mask the smell, but it only does it for a certain amount of time.
Correct,
it's the freezer that helps like prevent the odor of like, you know, spoiled food. I'm not talking about bodies.
Spoiled food. Yeah. And I think that was this thing people would be like, Jeff, like what's going on? And like, what's that smell? He's like, I had some pork chops that are going bad. Yeah. He's like, okay.
Well, I mean, it's like, have you ever like been cutting up meat and then you throw like any of the fat in the trash and you let it sit for a while?
Yeah.
It like
it smells pretty rough.
2-3 days later, like it smells horrible.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I actually had that happen well, not the body thing.
The bodies.
Yeah, bodies. Wrap this episode up, guys. I need to go get detained right now.
Yeah, seriously.
But like, so I don't think I told most of our friends this, and even you, but there was an instance when I was living at the apartment where like we had called somebody. Like I was like, it doesn't smell right in here. Like it smells like there's like a gas leak or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And so like,
and you lived were there people that lived below you?
Yeah, there. Okay. Well, actually, that apartment at that time, that unit at the time was it was vacant. So it was just.
That's what they say.
Yeah, you had some like homeless woman, a squatter there just living.
Dude, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
No.
Oh, I was like sorry, I'm getting out of the story.
No. So like, Victoria and I are like, you know, what's that smell? It smells really strange. So like, you know, because we had just got home like after, I think we went to like a night out with you guys or something like that. And so we get home, we're like, what's that smell? So we called maintenance, and the guy comes in. He's like looking around. He's like, there's like a sensor in there that'll tell you if there's a gas leak or something.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't going off, but he walked in. I don't know if you remember the layout of the apartment, but where the kitchen was, there was like the door, and that was where we had our trash can, and that's where like the washer machine and stuff like that was. So that's where the sensor was back there. And he goes into that room, and he was like smelling around, and we hadn't gotten to take the trash out yet. And he like opens the trash can, and he smells it, and he's like, whew. I was like, that's the most embarrassing thing ever.
Hilarious.
Like some random person coming here and telling us that our trash stinks.
Yeah,
he's
come
like,
on, bro.
You might want to take your trash out.
Yeah.
But then he ends up going downstairs just to like double check.
Yeah.
There was a gas leak in the unit that was vacant below us.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So
you're not as crazy.
Exactly.
But he did judge you.
He did.
Sure.
He did.
That's fine.
Judge us 100%.
As he should.
you heathen, take out your trash. You uncleanly fuck.
Yeah. Dang, imagine that though. Like if you just like freaking, that's so dangerous.
Well, like I think we went to. I think the time frame we went to bed and we didn't. Well, actually. So we had gone to, like, because he disregarded it.
Yeah.
So he didn't check the same day. So we went to bed thinking like, okay, like whatever. Like,
we're embarrassed.
yeah.
Oh, goodness me.
yeah, whatever. So like we go to bed and we wake up because we both worked from home at the time.
Mm.
And so I go off on the balcony, and you could see the cars on like below the balcony. And he's like, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know that we did find a gas leak below, but we're fixing it." It's like, yeah, we already spent the night. We could have died. Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
That's crazy.
So we could have sued for that technically.
Dang.
Went on a huge tangent.
Yeah.
But that I haven't really talked. It's a crazy story, but I haven't really even like talked about it. But her parents were like, "Yeah, why didn't you guys like call them and like report that? Because that's dangerous. Like sleeping all night with that, you could have some complications for that, or even die. Because we had no windows open.
Yeah,
because it was cold outside at the time, so no ventilation. So yeah,
you could have gotten cooked.
Well,
literally,
there is some brain damage that I currently have right now. So just want to say that. Well. This is the end of the podcast.
Oh my goodness!
It's not the end of the podcast. I like to throw that in there sometimes, and then I'll throw like a cutscene, like where I like, I'll start the outro, and then it's like, just kidding, it's not the end. But like I feel it.
Sorry. Get the I'm
trying to conduct a really nice episode here, so if you don't, just can you stop? Like, no, I'm serious. You're being a red flag. Stop. Okay, it's my show. You're ruining the whole thing. But you were talking about like there's different things where like there's different instances where like I don't know if that's really true or not, just because you don't really know, like how would you know what's inside of like how would you know like what a dead victim is thinking or doing? Like you're that's all creative freedom there. Like you have to assume it went down like this, based on like some of the evidence that you have, so you kind of build a story.
I feel like he had a samurai sword, but I can't be certain.
He definitely had a bazooka. Don't know why. But there was so it's not really a spoiler, but at the end of the Ed Gein story, and he also helped, well, not helped, but his kind of story spurred on a lot of like replicas or people who wanted to like simulate his type of style.
Also copycat.
Copycat. Also Texas Chainsaw Massacre was heavily inspired. Him.
That and I think not to cut you off, but I think there's a lot of media that's what's the main ones? Psycho. Yeah.
Because
that was like a big
Alfred
part of
Hitchcock.
Yep.
He was like, he took Ed Gein's story and he was like,
because that was from like this early 1900s, right?
Yeah, he was born in 1902.
Yeah,
roughly.
I didn't watch the new series, but I'm very aware of his story.
Yeah,
because I don't know, I consume that media.
You're a masochist. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
But there was one scene. So how like at the end he has lung cancer.
Okay.
Ed Gein. And they show scenes of him going through like he's very delusional at the time. So they're showing what it would look like for him to be going delusional, like the people he was seeing and his mom and stuff like that. I'm like, how could you possibly know that? Like there's no way. Like he was getting letters from Ed Kemper and a lot of these other serial killers, and like in his like daydreaming or like his like hallucinations, he was seeing like a lot of these people who were copycats. How would you possibly know that he's seeing that? Any of that? That's all creative freedom. That's
Casper the Friendly Ghost just randomly.
Bill Cosby's there. It's like he wasn't even
just everybody. Jeff Dahmer is just like, yo, what's up?
So it's like those are instances where creative freedom is really taken. And like sometimes it's good. Sometimes you're like, oh, like that's a really cool take on like this character or whatever. But I feel like in the instance I just gave, it's like, guys, like I'm like, okay, I kind of had my glaze rolled over at that time. Like,
there's one scene in the Jeffrey Dahmer episode or in his series. You probably see it. It's like a meme where it's him just like dancing drunkenly,
yeah.
And like it's like, how do you know that he did that?
Because like
because that was the thing. Like he would abuse alcohol like when he was younger.
Yeah,
but it's just like he's just like body rolling.
like unless you talk to him specifically, like what. And he told you everything that he did, you're gonna have to be like, okay, we know that he was an alcoholic, but all right, let's just go through with what he was doing.
He's just getting smashed by himself listening to
Yeah.
80s mixtapes.
Yeah, it's like those are instances where you're like, those are instances where I'm watching it and I'm like, I have my eyes kind of glazed over. I'm like,
yeah, you're
bullshit.
Like,
This
I
is
don't know. But some people, dude, they eat that up.
yeah.
Like there's
he was
they're
doing
like,
that?
dude, that's crazy that
Yeah.
they knew that.
Yeah, because I mean, even in that time, like there weren't really any cameras, so like you have to just kind of take like the only thing you have is like you have to do like interviews with people who may have known him or like have like a really deep connecting history with him.
There's a lot of like serial killers too that get caught and they just love talking about that.
Yeah.
So like what's his name? The clown serial killer, John Wayne Gacy.
I don't know that one.
Oh, no way. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that's like a huge one. Yeah,
Yeah.
so his big thing was he was they call him like the clown killer.
Okay.
And I think that, and I could be wrong, I could be like way off, but I thought that Pennywise was kind
Based,
of like
Stephen
based
King's-
loosely on him.
Yeah.
Because he was like, he owned like pizza places or something like that, or
Really?
construction or something like that. And he on the side was a clown, like a circus clown, like that you go to like parties and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But his big thing was he would like trap like young teenage boys, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I have like a construction project in my house. Like, come
Yeah.
over, I'll pay you like money and stuff like that." And he was like a really big dude,
Right.
and he would have handcuffs,
yeah.
and he would basically like punch them, handcuff them to himself, and then
Yeah.
like that's how he would like get them
Yeah.
basically. But yeah, but the big thing that I was mentioning was when he got caught, he was in prison for a super long time, and he
Right.
was very open about
Yeah.
kind of like the Mindhunter
Yeah.
episode where he's very open about how he did it, what he did, like so
Yeah.
he like I think wrote a few books.
Yeah.
He was a big painter as well, so
Yeah.
I think they made a law as well. We're getting so off topic talking about serial killers. Oh, well.
I mean, it's kind of like the
That's
whole
kind of
thing.
like
Yeah.
the thing now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a law, I believe, where you can fact check me on it, but where serial killers can't make money off of their story, which kind of makes sense, right? Like, you can't monetize murder, right?
Yeah. Well, that was the thing with Ed Gein. Like, Ed Gein never saw $1 from Alfred Hitchcock's movies.
Yep.
And they're heavily based on him. So.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that was a big thing.
Well, allegedly, by the way, that was in the show that said that. So I don't know if that's 100% true.
But that was like a big thing because John Wayne Gacy was an artist,
Right.
so he was trying to sell his paintings.
Yeah.
But I think the judge kind of like struck it down because
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, you gain notoriety from murdering people."
Right. Right.
But like that's like a very like big like kind of like cultural thing where you see like, and you can look it up. You can even pop it up on the screen if you want. Some of his like work.
Yeah.
Not very good. He's not a good artist, but yeah, he killed people.
Well, people love. I mean, you could put an orange on a white wall. People would eat that shit up.
But that's the thing too. There's some really sick people out there that would love that in their house.
Oh yeah,
they'd be like
murderers.
It's just
killers.
like it's like, oh, what the heck is this? It's just like, oh yeah, this is John Wayne Gacy's. Like he did this in prison.
Yeah.
Like it's like what?
It's like, why do you want that?
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's kind of cool.
I'm a little bit of a psychotic. Freak,
Yeah.
but
Dude, people love that. I mean, we talk about the guy that bought the doll from the Anne. What does they call it? The
Anna.
Anna, is that what it's called?
Well, are you talking about the horror movie?
Yeah, the horror movie.
Yeah, Anna.
So the
Annabelle.
Annabelle, the guy that owns Tate Towers, purchased it.
Really?
Yeah, and that's like they just have that. And did you hear like the other story that apparently when they brought it into PA, that we had this big 911 outage?
No.
Like a couple months ago.
No.
So yeah, there was a big thing that was saying that the 911 operators.
Wait, is this all recent?
This is all recent. Yeah,
okay,
a couple months ago.
Okay, backtrack a little bit because
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is like happened years ago.
No. This is like this past summer. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So they brought this. I forget. I'm blanking on the name. You can pop it up on the screen. The doll.
Annabelle.
Annabelle. Yep. So he purchased it from wherever it was. He's like a very, very well-to-do like person. Tate Towers is a huge like company. But yeah, they said that when they brought it to whatever it was in like PA, there was that 911 outage that was a statewide. Yeah.
Wow. What the hell?
So they're just like, what's going on here?
Let's get rid of this doll. So what's the back? I know about the doll. I knew it was realish, but I know.
I guess it's a real doll.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know too much about the backstory, but I know it's like I think it's in like Conjuring, like the movies and stuff like that. And Yeah, it's like something to do with yeah, I don't know. You'd have to look it up, but it's basically like possessed or whatever.
I mean, I wouldn't be transporting that shit around.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Sorry.
I don't know if I believe in all that kind of stuff, but would I have it in my house? Absolutely not.
It sounds like you believe it.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a coincidence. I don't know.
See, I'm a firm believer in it's always fake until it's not.
Yeah, dude, it's so
always fake
funny
until it's not.
when you could be as skeptical as you can be until you're like. That's the thing is just like when you're in that scenario, like, have you ever like thought about like that you saw a ghost or anything like that? Has that ever happened to you? Now we're getting into the Halloween podcast, but
I mean, a serial killer episode for Halloween would have been really good, actually.
We missed it just by that, but
well, there was you remember Talk to Me?
Talk to Me.
It was a horror movie.
I don't
It's a
think so, no.
hand that you would like grab, and then you would say, "Talk to me."
Okay, no, I
So-
don't know that one, but yeah.
Back at the apartment, I watched the movie, or like half of the movie, with Victoria and her friend, and so we got through. Like, I'm like her friend went to bed. Victoria and I are like chilling, and she's like, "All right, I'm gonna go to bed," and I'm like, "You kind of scared?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm kind of like freaked out."
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, well, yeah, I'm just gonna chill out here for a little bit. I'm gonna just, watch some TV. Meanwhile, I was like freaked out.
Yeah, you're scared.
Yeah,
You're equally scared. I'm
yeah.
not scared.
Yeah, I'm not scared.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna watch some TV.
Yeah.
I was like,
So
so
leave
like,
the light on.
this is the freakiest thing, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm getting tired, but I don't want to stay out here by myself. So I turn the TV off. Like, all the lights are out. I'm walking.
Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yep. Sorry.
Get him on the podcast.
Yeah, come on.
It's like, wait, you got Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Make blow up immediately. So like all the lights are off. I turn the TV off. I go into the bedroom. I'm tiptoeing around so that way I don't wake her up. And then like how the bedroom was set up, it's like this little hall with like there's a sink and the mirror and the bathroom. So I go in there. I go to the bathroom. I turn the lights off, and I close the door. Lights are still off, and I hear somebody call my name,
No way.
and I'm like,
Justy or Justin?
well, I think it was just Justin.
Okay.
I was like, or mumbling or saying
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I thought it was just like Victoria talking in her sleep. So I was like, Victoria. No response. And I was like, Victoria. She's like, no response. I'm like, I swore I heard a woman's voice
No way.
say something to me. I'm like, what the hell? And I was like, I gotta get in this bed right now because I'm freaked out. We've gotten down to the final tidbit of the podcast. Remember how I told you at the very beginning? There's the outline is a little different, mine compared to yours.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So the intro question was the first thing. The second thing is I usually give cue the music. I usually give.
That's good.
Can you hear the music?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just in my head, but
It's really loud.
it just won't stop.
Yeah.
But I usually ask my guests to give a hot take at the end, whether it's about the specific topic or serial killers in general. So give your spiciest take.
So my hot take, I think a lot with the like creating like the dramas, especially that we were talking about with like serial killers, things like that.
Yeah.
Stop making them hot.
Yeah.
They're always trying to make these guys look way better. The perfect example, Ted Bundy. You know Ted Bundy, very prolific serial killer.
No.
Oh, well, Ted Bundy. Put him up on. There he is.
There you
Do you know who they casted as Ted
No.
Bundy for the
No.
Netflix series?
No.
Zac Efron.
No, they did it.
Yes, they did.
My
So they're just constantly making these guys
Wait,
attractive.
Is this ripped abbed?
Yeah,
Zac
like this
Efron?
is like Baywatch
Oh my
Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Before he got like the chin all figured out.
Yeah.
So that's my big hot take is, stop making these guys hot. They are monsters. I think that's like goes into like what we were saying where they want these people to be like you want them to be almost like celebrities or like I don't know, like you want to see like the human aspect of it. Like
Right.
same thing with like Jeffrey Dahmer. I think Evan Peters looked like better looking than what Jeffrey Dahmer actually looked like, especially
yeah.
Ted Bundy and so on and so forth. I think it's just such a very Hollywood thing to do is to like make these people like celebrities, right?
Yeah, or at least like you don't have to make them ugly, but like make them average looking.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, realistically, I mean, I feel like they're doing it more for like an entertainment factor.
Right,
It's
of
like,
course.
Obviously, I mean, Hollywood is very big on having hot people play whatever role, but it's always the not the main character that they always make like true to form.
Right.
But then when you see the main character, like who's the hottest
You're like,
person we can find?
Actually, too, I know it's like, I guess like, I mean, he's kind of, you know, like that series too, where he's like a serial killer, I guess, in that. It's just like, I mean, he's attractive too. Yeah.
Nice jawline.
Yeah, his nice jawline. Just, you're like, oh yeah, I mean, I'd be cool with him killing me.
I mean,
yeah.
Wow. You take me right now.
Yeah. So that's my big hot take. Stop making serial killers hot.
Yeah. Hey, I like that take because you know what? Make people uglier.
Yeah. Make them. I want an average Joe looking guy.
I want a hard worker from like a convenience store.
Just a blue collar, just rough around the edges serial killer.
Yeah. I want 2 mismatched eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, that maybe we'll go too far. They'll look like a monster and be like,
oh my God.
That makes sense.
This is Frankenstein. New series, by the way, on Netflix if you haven't watched it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he hot or?
I
bet he's hot.
He
so has to be hot.
It's Jason Momoa.
Yeah, this is like, I don't remember Frankenstein being so hot.
And he's ripped. I don't.
This is a good end of the podcast talking about hot dudes.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, does that imply anything? I don't think so.
No, just admiring.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on the next episode of the Leisure Hub pod. Wait, that's not how it goes. How does it go?
Hey, thank you everyone for joining us in the Leisure Hub podcast. I'm your host, Justy. I want to thank Austin for helping us out and being part of the podcast, and definitely not going to be the first time, nor will it be the last time.
This is definitely the last time.
Oh, okay. Wow. Thank you. Cue the music.
Cue the music. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on another episode of the Leisure Hub podcast. I've been your host, not this guy, but Austin. Thank you for coming on, dude. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks for having me. This is really fun.
Definitely not rehearsed this last set.
Not at all. I feel way better that I had to go or was able to go to the bathroom, and now I feel way more collected.
That's why we cut originally, so you'll see that cut.
Yeah,
that's why we
exactly
cut.
Right. Couldn't hold it.
All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Incredible.
Didn't press record on the camera.
No! Fuck it!